Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're all talking about the storm, Kathleen now, son, but the real storm is tomorrow, midday, IBROX, Rangers v Celtic. Keith here from Command the Hoop Celtic. If this is your first time viewing the channel, please do like and subscribe. Quite nervous, really nervous about the game coming up, like every Celtic fan should be. This is the biggest game in the title run in probably for the last 10 to 12 years. You know, we're top of the league at this moment of time by a point. It could all switch around tomorrow. It could be a case where we could be chasing Rangers. They could be chasing us by 4 points. Yes, they do have a game in hand on Wednesday against Dundee. If that game goes ahead at Dens Park, Dens Park's pitch is in bits at the moment, but take all chances, all means necessary. You seen the display at Celtic Park today. These pictures are from here, Celts. Absolutely unbelievable scenes. There's the gaffer there, cheering the lads on. Massive game, absolute massive. The man in the middle of the park is John Beaton. Brendan Rodgers is obviously serving a 2-match ban from John Beaton not doing his job right in the VAR room. Don Robinson being a shocking referee as well in the middle of the park at the Tynecastle defeat. But he'll serve the remaining game towards the end of the season. He's going to be the dugout tomorrow at IBROX. Callum's back after 6 weeks with Achilles injury, and Brendan Rodgers said in a press conference yesterday that he's been impressed with his fitness levels ahead of schedule. So it's no question about it. You start the captain. He's a big game player. We see in the last derby, he was immense. Even the previous derby, he was immense. And what makes it different about this particular derby is the last 2 games, we didn't have Cameron Carter-Vickers. He's in the mix. We have Rio Atate back from fitness. We have Matt Riley in the mix. We have Bernardo that scored last week. We have Kun coming onto the game. Maeda coming onto the game with his new hair. Kyogo as well. Big game player. The back four speaks for itself. Joe Hart's final game at IBROX as well. So this is interesting times. I'm quite nervous, as we should be. It could be a game where it could be very stalemate, like the first game at the start of the season, where it was real, a lot of possession. Rangers, they had their chances. VAR ruled out a couple of goals, a couple of offside goals, and then we struck just on the tip of half time with Kyogo's volley. So I'm optimistic on there tomorrow. This will define Celtic. Celtic are underdogs going into this game. Rangers are doing well this season under Clement. He's done pretty decent since he walked in the door. He has done top of the league, but at the same time, we dropped 8-point lead in the table to let them back into it. And that's our own fault. We're dropping the points to Kilmarnock at home, losing points to Kilmarnock away, Hearts beating us at home, beating us away. Aberdeen taking points off us, Motherwell taking points off us, St. Johnstone taking points off us. It's been such a roller coaster. Brendan Rodgers, going into this game, he's only lost 1 out of 14 games against Rangers. And John Beaton was actually the man in the middle of the pitch that day that reeled out the goal. Callum McGregor scored, and he reeled out the goal. So, unbelievable stuff. So, 12 wins, 2 draws. Interesting times. I'm going to go from my starting lineup, folks. This is it right here. Joe Hart in goal. Cameron Carter-Vickers will hold the fort with Liam Scales. Liam Scales is at the feature in the last 2 derbies against him, and he's done pretty decent considering the defensive issues we had with the likes of Narosky being half fit, Laga Bielka, Welch featuring, Greg Taylor, who's destroyed from this fixture. Alistair Johnston, there's been a lot of criticism about him this season, but his injury picked up the start of the season, getting back up to full pace. But this is the place where he made his debut for Celtic in the 2-2 draw, and he was outstanding that day, and hopefully he'll be outstanding tomorrow. You stick Callum McGregor back in. I know a few Celtic fans were saying on the podcast last night that they'd rather Iwata, because Iwata has that more sharpness and he's been playing games and he's been cruising. But Callum McGregor, you have to play him. It could be a case in the second half if Matt's not playing well or Rio's not playing well, you could stick Callum up more attacking and bring Bernardo on and then Iwata on as well. It just depends how the game's going, to be honest, which is our biggest weakness is the back post. Rangers, tall, physical team, they can't get a goal at the back post. A lot of people are fearing the penalty is going to be conceded tomorrow against them. I'm not really worried about this, to be honest with you, regards to the penalty situation. I think John Beaton has a lot of pressure on him tomorrow to get it right. because he knows that the world has eyes on him. Days in Maeda, I have a feeling about Days in Maeda. I have a feeling he's going to score tomorrow. I was saying the last night, Nicholas Gunn starts and Kyogo starts. Now look at the bench. We could have the likes of Bernardo. We could have Adam Ida. We can have Lewis Palmer that can come on. Daniel Kelly, young Daniel Kelly could come on and dictate the midfield as well. So there is ammunition there. Ralston as well, Naroski. So I'm pretty confident going into this game, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be sitting here saying what a result, 3 massive points. And don't forget as well, there is the split fixtures after the St. Mirren game next week to come as well, and we'll have the likes of, you know, tricky trip to Dens Park. It could be a trip to St. Mirren. It could be a trip to could be a trip as well to back to Rugby Park by the end of the season. So everyone's thinking that this game is going to be the game that wins the league. Not necessarily. It's not necessarily whatsoever, folks. There's a lot of football to be played. So my prediction for tomorrow, I'm going to go 2-1 Celtic. I fancy Days of my 8 at the score and Kyogo at the score. I think Kyogo going there in the pass, scoring this season already against them, home and away. I fancy Kyogo 2-1. We can change around the second half if we're chasing the game. You bring Ida on and Kyogo up front, you know, put press on them. So we'll see how it goes. I just feel like we will probably concede a goal. I just, you know, looking at previous games, look at the way we've given away stupid set pieces. I just hope we can just nail it down tomorrow, get the head in, especially with no fans there. We want to go there, score early, keep them quiet, buzzing on tomorrow night, and then hopefully, you know, a step closer to the title, regaining the title. So let me know in the comments how you're feeling going into the game. Is it going to be a draw? Is it going to be a win? Or are you a Rangers fan that's watching my channel and spraying about a load of graffiti saying is it going to win? Let me know in the comments below. I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.